Tonight, a Fox 59 News special report. In the last 5 years, Indianapolis has experienced the most homicides, with gun violence on pace to break records set just last year. As of this evening, more than 240 people have been killed in homicides in 2021. Just last month, 34 people were murdered, the deadliest month in our city's history.
That's right, Dan. And city officials say they are trying to tackle this public safety crisis. And we know many of you watching tonight, neighbors, you are demanding answers.
The rules have been broken now. People have changed. We call them house shooters because they don't mind tearing a house up. You know what I mean? They will shoot a house up in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? And back in the day, people didn't do that.
Now, one top question tonight is, why do shooters turn to this kind of gun violence? Tonight, Fox 59's Beairshelle Edmé is talking to two ex-felons to try and get some answers.
Yeah, and we do want to caution you tonight. This report includes graphic details, and it is not meant to glorify these acts or ignore the victims. We want to make sure that is very clear tonight. Instead, we are hoping that this gives insight and answers to some of you. All of us, really, a community desperate for solutions.
Nearly every day, someone in Indianapolis picks up a gun and pulls the trigger. Sometimes bullets litter the sky, other times bullets hit a person. Every time, the bullet ricochets across the city, amplifying violence and leaving behind victims.
I was consciously aware of how much power I had. It was like an awareness, and I forced the woman to go into the back room and forced her to perform oral sex on me while I held a gun to her forehead.
This anonymous man, who we will call John Doe, committed an armed robbery spree in the Circle City. Officers caught him during his final armed robbery while he attempted a third sexual assault.
I didn't want to kill her. And I remember thinking, please don't do anything. You know, don't do anything. Don't fight, please. You know, I'm thinking, I don't want to kill her, right? Well, then, you know, you have that part of you that's like, well, why did you pick up the gun in the first place if you didn't want to kill anybody, right? And it was a show of force.
After serving nearly 25 years in prison, John's remorseful to the victims of his crimes. He's also worked to uncover the underlying reasons he used a gun for power and compliance from others.
I didn't feel like I was accepted. I wasn't bullied or picked on, but it was just a psychological thing that, you know, I always felt inadequate. I was lying to people that were around me. I was admitting that I had money in the bank.
He had $0.
I drove by the store and just had this impulse to go in and rob it.
And when you violated these women, the businesses, this community, was there remorse? Was there ever a point where you said, I shouldn't do this, there's a better way?
Yes. Here's the thing. It was like fear, but at the same time, power. It was like adrenaline, but at the same time, dread.
Thinking about gun violence as a tragedy.
IUPUI sociologist and former law enforcement officer Tom Stuckey explains shooters often feel these range of emotions.
A bit of a misunderstanding is that gun violence is irrational. And the reality is that behavior is antisocial, but it's not irrational.
The former agent found shooters often believe violence, or the threat of it, makes sense to preserve their image.
So it was a whole disconnect.
Like John, who wanted to project financial stability and strength. He also tells me research shows a shooter may be stuck in self-defense mode.
It goes back to this idea of feeling under threat.
If I got beef with you,
That's something Terry Triplett understands.
I'll tell you what, I picked up one back then for protection like everybody else. I had no reason. I don't want to shoot you. I don't want to do that stuff. Other people was bringing gunplay to our neighborhood, so we had to even up the odds. And it shows everybody that if we can do this right here in Brightwood.
The Brightwood native is now a community advocate.
I've been there and done it. Everybody know I didn't have no problem putting in no work.
Terry's also an OG who was no stranger to guns or violence, including a battery felony.
was on some dumb stuff. I wanted to use that right then and there, what I had in my hand. But what I didn't do is get that gun and shoot whoever I was planning on shooting, because I was supposed to have been locked up right now.
Terry says his surroundings changed his mentality. He felt a need to protect himself, to fire his weapon, but an OG stopped him and took the gun.
It makes me feel good.
Today, the 47-year-old tries to do the same for other Hoosiers who he says follow no street or moral code. His work to stop shooters ultimately changed his life.
The bullet hit the street, it hit me in my back, and I dropped.
Every time the bullet ricochets across the city.
He's gonna know.
In this case, it bounced onto Terry's spine, paralyzing him.
Picking up a gun.
He tells me he was pushing several youth out of the way as an argument got heated, literally with gun smoke. Terry knew the kid who fired, but never turned him in because he says the youth was acting in survival mode.
Cycles of violence.
The local sociologist found many Indianapolis shooters faced the same circumstance.
I think there is a decision that needs to be made that today I won't pull the trigger. That is easy for me to say. I think it's much easier for us who are not in those day-to-day situations where we feel like we're surviving day to day.
Survival, hopelessness, unworthiness, all often play a role in why shooters shoot. But the question for Indianapolis now is, how does the city address these factors? How do we stop the violence?
Wow.
Well, Beairshelle, you also talked with these men about crime prevention and solutions, and they, better than most people, would know about this.
What did they have?
They had so much to say, and both of them in very different ways, whether it was Terry or John Doe as we've identified him. One thing that we found, the insight that they talked about often here, is that if in some way there was mentorship or maybe more resources in Indianapolis, it would give so many youth a better chance. In ways too, they said it may have given them a better chance in their own lives. So thousands of Indy youths holding guns today, they think if people are able to find that mentorship, find somewhere that gives them jobs, sense of self, that they would really be able to turn the leaf here. Now later in a special report this month, I'll find out what neighbors in the most dangerous areas think could end some of this violence we're talking about. In the meantime, right now on Fox59.com, you can find my digital exclusives talking more with these men about their past and the impact on the future. We hope that you go ahead again on Fox59.com and get some of that insight. Reporting, I'm Beairshelle Edmé.
Powerful reporting tonight. Chilling, no doubt, Beairshelle. Thank you. You can get Beairchelle's digital exclusives for this story sent straight to your phone. Just text the word extra to the phone number on your screen. We'll send you the link to this story there on your phone. Just text that word to 632-5900.